Ada loved Femi so much, but Femi was a notorious womanizer. Ada have caught Femi cheating countless of times, but anytime she tries to confront him, Femi will hit her like a punching bag and throw her out of his house. But instead of leaving the abusive relationship, Ada ignored all the red flags and stayed hoping that Femi would change, probably after their wedding. But will Femi ever change? Well, sit, relax, and grab your popcorn. Let's find out. Ada met Femi at the university. From the first day she saw him, her heart refused to rest. Femi was the kind of man every girl wanted. Tall, handsome, and rich. He dressed well, spoke with confidence, and had a smile that could make any woman weak. But there was one problem. Femi was a ladies' man. Everywhere he went, women threw themselves at him. He had a way of making every girl feel special, even when he was lying. But Ada didn't care. She loved him with all her heart. At first, everything seemed perfect. Femi treated Ada like a queen. He would take her out, buy her gifts, and tell her sweet words that made her blush. Ada felt like the luckiest girl in the world. She believed they were meant to be together forever. But soon, things began to change. Femi started acting differently. He would disappear for hours and refuse to answer her calls. He would cancel their dates without any explanation. And worst of all, Ada started hearing rumors that Femi was seeing other women. But she refused to believe them. She told herself that people were just jealous of their love. One evening, Femi called Ada. Ada had never seen Femi so desperate before. His voice over the phone was soft, almost pleading. Ada, please, I need your help, he said. Femi, what is wrong? Ada asked, concerned, feeling her voice. I am really broke right now. Things are rough for me, and I need money to sort out some issues. Ada frowned. Broke? But Femi, your family is wealthy. Femi sighed. I don't want to involve my family in my personal problems. I just need your support, Ada. I thought you loved me. Those last words weakened Ada. Of course, she loved Femi. She loved him more than anything. If he needed her help, then she had to be there for him. That's what a good girlfriend does, right? But Femi, the only money I have now is my school fees, she said hesitantly. I will pay back, Ada. I swear on my life. I just need you to trust me. Please, baby. Ada closed her eyes. Her heart was battling with her brain. Her brain told her this was a bad idea, but her heart screamed otherwise. Femi needed her. She couldn't let him down. The next morning, she walked to the bank and withdrew all the money meant for her school fees. As she handed the cash to Femi, her heart pounded. Thank you, my love, Femi said, kissing her forehead. You are the best thing that has ever happened to me. At that moment, Ada felt like a queen. She was happy to help the man she loved, but she had no idea that her kindness would soon turn into her greatest regret. Later that evening, Ada sat in her hostel, waiting for Femi to call her. He had promised to take her out for dinner to thank her, but hours passed, and her phone remained silent. Maybe he's just busy, she told herself. By 8 p.m., worry started creeping into her heart. She dialed his number, but it went straight to voicemail. That's strange, she muttered. She tried again. Nothing. Then her friend Amaka walked into the room. her face filled with shock. "Ada?" Amaka gasped. "What is it?" Ada asked. "I just saw Femi at Grand Loyal Hotel." Ada's stomach tightened. "And he was with another woman," Amaka said slowly. "They looked very cozy." The word hit Ada like a slap. "No, that's not possible," she whispered. "Femi would never do that to me." Amaka placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Ada, I know you love him, but you need to see this for yourself." Without thinking twice, Ada grabbed her purse and rushed out of the hostel. Her heart pounded as she took a bike to Grand Royal Hotel. The thought of Femi being with another woman was unbearable. When she arrived, she hurried to the hotel lobby, and then she saw them. Femi was sitting in a corner, his arms wrapped around a beautiful woman. He was laughing in a way that made Ada's heart shatter. The woman leaned in and whispered something in his ear. Femi chuckled and kissed her neck. Ada's knees weakened. The same lips that told her "I love you" just in the morning were now on another woman's skin. Tears stung her eyes. Summoning courage, she took a deep breath and marched toward their table. "Femi," she called, her voice shaking. Femi turned. When he saw her, something flashed in his eyes. Annoyance, not guilt. "Ada, what are you doing here?" he asked, his tone cold. Ada's lip trembled. "Femi, I gave you my school fees today, and this is what you do?" The woman beside him smiled and sipped her drink. Femi rolled his eyes. "Ada, lower your voice. You are embarrassing yourself." Ada felt like someone had stabbed her in the chest. "Femi, I trusted you," she cried. "And so what?" he snapped. "Did I force you to give me money? Listen, I am a man. I have the right to do whatever I want. If you don't like it, leave." Ada's whole body shook. She wanted to scream, to cry, to hit him. But all she could do was stand there frozen. As Femi turned back to his date and ignored her like she was a stranger, it was at that moment Ada realized she had made the biggest mistake of her life. Ada went home shattered, her heart broken into pieces. Ada's friends begged her to leave Femi. "Ada, are you not tired of this guy? This guy is using you," her friend Amaka said. "Men like Femi don't change," Kemi added. But Ada refused to listen. She believed Femi would change one day. She loved him too much to let him go. Just the next morning, Femi came and pleaded for forgiveness. He told Ada it was the devil's handwork. Femi promised to change, so Ada, the lover girl, gave Femi another chance. So they continued the relationship. But one thing never changed. Femi continued cheating on her. And each time she confronted him, he would beat her. But instead of leaving, Ada stayed. She told herself that all relationships had problems. She believed that if she stayed and endured, Femi would one day realize her worth and change for the better. She kept praying and hoping, but Femi never changed. One weekend, Ada came to Femi's house to cook for him and do some cleaning. She cleaned the whole house and washed Femi's clothes. Femi asked her to make sure she dressed his bed very well, which she did. After a hectic day, Ada had to leave to go back to her hostel to read because she had an exam coming up in 2 days. Ada was already on the bike going home. But 30 minutes later, she realized she had forgotten her phone charger and her locker keys. She went back to get them. But when she opened the door, she could not believe what she saw. She found Femi in bed with another woman. Her heart stopped. Femi didn't even look shocked. Instead, he stood up and slapped her hard across the face. "Why are you coming to my house without informing me? It means you don't trust me," he shouted. Ada was speechless. I forgot my keys and my charger," she finally managed to say. "Get out of my house," Femi shouted. With tears in her eyes, Ada picked up her charger and left. This time, she told herself she was done. For the first time in years, Ada stayed away from Femi. It wasn't easy. She still loved him, no matter how much he had hurt her. But this time, she told herself she was done. She deleted his number, avoided places they used to go together, and even stopped listening to love songs that reminded her of him. At night, she cried herself to sleep, asking herself the same question over and over again. Why did he do this to me after everything I sacrificed? Her friends were relieved. "Kai, finally you have sense," Amaka said. "I just hope you don't fall for his tricks again," Kemi added. Ada smiled weakly. "I won't. I'm done." But deep down, she wasn't so sure. Then one morning, she heard a knock on her door. It was 7 a.m., too early for visitors. She opened the door and froze. It was Femi. He looked different. His usual confident posture was gone. His eyes were swollen, as if he hadn't slept in days. He looked broken. "Ada," he whispered. Ada's heart pounded. "What are you doing here? Please, can we talk?" Before she could say no, he dropped to his knees, right there in front of her door. "Ada, I know I have hurt you." He began, his voice shaky. "I have made the biggest mistake of my life. I took you for granted. I let my foolishness ruin the best thing that ever happened to me." Ada swallowed hard. "I can't sleep. I can't eat. All I do is think about you." Femi continued. "Ada, please give me another chance." Tears filled his eyes. She wanted to shut the door in his face. She wanted to tell him to leave and never come back. But her heart wouldn't let her. "Femi, I trusted you," she whispered. "I gave you everything, even my school fees. I had to make your bed for another woman to come and lay in it." Femi covered his face in shame. "I know, and I will never forgive myself for that. I was stupid, Ada, but I swear I have changed." Ada scoffed. "That's what you always say." "This time, I mean it," Femi said, reaching into his pockets. "And I want to prove it to you." Then, he did something Ada never expected. He brought out a small red box. Her breath caught in her throat. Slowly, Femi opened the box, revealing a shiny diamond ring. "Ada, please marry me," he said, his voice full of emotion. "Let's start a new life together. I promise to be a better man. I swear I will never hurt you again." Ada's whole body trembled. She had dreamed of this moment for years. She had prayed for this moment. But why did it feel wrong? She heard her friends' voices in her head. "Men like Femi don't change. He will only hurt you again." Her mind screamed at her to say no. But then she looked into Femi's eyes, those deep brown eyes she had fallen in love with. What if he was serious this time? What if marriage really would change him? Ada took a deep breath. Then slowly she nodded. "Yes," she whispered. Femi let out a deep sigh of relief and slipped the ring onto her finger. "I love you, Ada," he said, pulling her into a tight hug. Ada closed her eyes and allowed herself to believe, just for a moment, that maybe, just maybe, this time would be different. Ada's wedding day was everything she had ever dreamed of. The church was decorated beautifully, with white and gold flowers lining the aisles. The choir sang in sweet harmonies, and her friends and family cheered as she walked down the aisle in her stunning white gown. As she reached the altar, she looked up at Femi. He looked like a prince in Nick Cripp's navy blue suit. His eyes locked with hers, and for a moment, all her fears melted away. Maybe this was truly a fresh start. Maybe Femi had changed. The pastor's voice rang through the hall. Do you, Femi, take Ada to be your lawfully wedded wife, to love and to cherish till death do you part? I do, Femi said, with a charming smile. Ada's heart fluttered. And do you, Ada, take Femi to be your husband, for better, for worse? She took a deep breath. I do. The church erupted in applause. As Femi slipped the wedding ring onto her finger, Ada made a silent vow to herself. This is a new beginning. No more heartbreak. No more tears. If only she knew how wrong she was. The wedding reception was a perfect show. Femi played the role of a devoted husband well, holding Ada's hand, dancing with her, and feeding her cake in front of their guests. Ada's friends, Amaka and Kemi, watched from a distance. This looks too good to be true, Amaka whispered. Exactly, Kemi replied. I hope Ada won't regret this decision. But Ada was too lost in the fairy tale to notice. When the party ended, she was exhausted but happy. As they got into their car, she rested her head on Femi's shoulder. Finally, she whispered, we are husband and wife. Femi kissed her forehead. Forever, love, my love. But just a few hours later, he would betray her in the worst way possible. As they arrived at the hotel for their honeymoon, Ada was filled with excitement. She had imagined this night for so long, their first night as husband and wife. But Femi seemed distracted. Baby, I'll be back soon, he said, taking the car keys. Ada frowned. Where are you going? Just to see a friend, he said casually. I won't take long. Ada's heart sank. But it's our wedding night, Femi. He laughed and pulled her close. I know, my love, but this is important. Just give me an hour. She wanted to argue, but she stopped herself. She didn't want to ruin their first night together. Okay, she said softly. Femi kissed her cheek and walked out. Ada sighed and changed into a silky nightgown. She lay on the bed, waiting for him. 1 hour passed, then 2. By the 3rd hour, worry gripped her heart. She picked up her phone and dialed his number. It rang once, twice, then suddenly, it was switched off. Ada sat up, her chest tightening. Where could he be? Then a terrible thought hit her. What if? She shook her head. No, he wouldn't do that to her. Not tonight. But something told her she needed to find out for herself. With trembling hands, she grabbed her scarf, threw on a jacket, and stepped outside. She took a deep breath when she got out of their hotel room. She went to the bar to know if Femi was there, maybe, probably drinking with friends. But the bar was empty. Femi was not there. She went to the poolside. Same thing. Femi was not there. As she was about to go back inside, she noticed Femi's car was parked outside. She noticed the car was bouncing at the parking lot. Ada's stomach clenched. She prayed it's not what she was thinking. Her hands shook as she walked towards the car. Her footsteps slid on the pavement. She peered inside, and what she saw shattered her soul. Femi in the back seat with another woman. Their bodies tangled. They were making love. Ada's words spun. Her vision blurred as hot tears filled her eyes. Her wedding dress was still hanging in their bedroom. Their wedding cake was still fresh, and here was her husband cheating on her just hours after saying "I do." Her knees weakened, but she forced herself to stay up. Then, without thinking, she banged on the car window. Femi and the woman froze. He turned, his face filled with shock. Ada. Before he could say anything, Ada flung the car door open. "How could you?" she screamed, her face cracking. The woman gasped and scrambled to cover her face. Femi quickly buttoned his shirt. "Ada, calm down." "Calm down?" Ada's body shook with rage. "We just got married, Femi. Tonight was supposed to be special." Femi sighed. "It's not what it looks like." Ada let out a bitter laugh. "Not what it looked like? You are in the back seat of a car with another woman on our wedding night." The woman tried to get out, but Ada blocked her. "Who is she?" Femi rubbed his forehead. "Ada, please don't make a scene." Ada's heart ached. "I gave up everything for you. I trusted you." Femi finally snapped. "Ada, I am very sorry. It's the devil. I didn't know what came over me. Please, don't make a scene or let people know about this. Don't let this small mistake ruin our marriage, our happiness, our dreams. I only wanted to enjoy bachelorhood for the last time. If you forgive me this time, I give you my word. I swear on my father's grave, this will never happen again. I promise you this. I am sorry. I am deeply sorry. I promise to change." It was hell of a wedding night for Ada, but she loved Femi so much. She decided to trust Femi one last time. She believed Femi was truly sorry this time around. She told no one about the incident. She covered her husband's mess. Not even her best friends heard of this. For the first few months of their marriage, Femi acted like a changed man. He was loving, caring, and always at home. Ada was happy, but the happiness didn't last. Just 6 months into their marriage, Femi started cheating again. This time, he didn't even hide it. Ada was 2 months pregnant when she caught him again. She had just returned from market when she heard voices in their bedroom. Her heart pounded as she opened the door. There, on their bed, was Femi with another woman. This time, Ada couldn't hold it. "Enough, Femi. I am leaving," she screamed. Femi stood up, his face cold. "You are not going anywhere," he said. "You are carrying my child." "Femi, I am tired. I can't do this anymore." "You are not leaving," Femi shouted. The arguments turned into a heated fight. Then, in the middle of the chaos, something terrible happened. Ada slipped and hit her head on the wall. She collapsed. Femi stood there, staring at her unconscious body. For the first time in his life, he was afraid. "Ada," he whispered, his hands shaking. He had never seen her like this before. Panic filled his heart. He didn't know what to do. For the first time, Femi realized he might have gone too far. And for the first time, he was truly afraid of what would happen next.